Okay, boys and girls, wasn't that so interesting? We learned about cardinals today. Today we're going to make a cardinal bird, and we're going to try to draw it in its habitat. So here we go. Everyone needs a piece of paper. You can hold it going across this way, or you can hold it going up and down. It's your choice. I'm going to hold it going across today. All right, so I'm going to start off first by making a slant line. So I'm going to make a slant line down just like this. I'm going to make what we call a half circle or a semicircle. So I'm going to make a curved line. And I'm going to come around just like this, okay? And then I'm going to come over and I'm going to make just kind of like a wavy line here, just like this. Kind of looks like, almost like a backwards letter B. And then I'm going to make a sideways V right here for the beak. I'm going to make a little circle for its eye. I'm going to color that in black later. I'm going to come over here to the side and make a little curved line just like this. I'm going to come out and make a zigzag line. Remember, you can stop and pause this video as much as you need to. I'm gonna add some other detail lines in. You can erase that line there since you're using a pencil, okay? All right, so then I'm gonna come over to the bottom. I'm gonna extend, put my pencil here, extend my line out and make a zigzag line for the tail at the bottom. I'm gonna make some lines coming off of that as well to add some more details. All right, then I'm going to come over here to the belly of my cardinal. I'm going to make 2 lines down and a frog jump and 2 more lines down. I'm just going to put a little zigzag here and a little zigzag there, just like that. Now cardinals like to live in places in the winter, so a lot of times the greenery that you would see is an evergreen tree. So I'm going to try and draw a pine tree for you today. So first I'm going to draw a little line underneath, like kind of near its claws, all right, its little feet, a slant line and another slant line, just like this. And I'm gonna come out and put that sideways V in the middle, just like we learned in the fall when we learned how to draw trees, okay? And I can make some other little lines coming off of that too, that I'm gonna add some pine needles on in a minute. I'm gonna come over here to the side on top and make another line out and follow that with a parallel line. And I can come out and make another sideways V just like this. I can make some more lines, stray lines coming out from there. To make the pine needle leaves or needles, what you want to do on an evergreen tree, which means it's green all the time, it does shed its needles though. You want to go 1, 2, 3, 4 at the end. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go on a slant, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to go all the way down on the slant. See how I did that? And I'm going to slant again this way. And what it does is it starts to form those pine needles. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4 at the end of a line, and you're going to follow and make a slant line all the way up to match it. Okay, and the same thing on the other side. Now, if you end up going over this with a Sharpie marker, you can do that. And then you can add color later, or you can simply add color now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to make the slant lines coming up and the slant lines coming up, just like this. And one more time, this one's coming off the page, so I'm just going to make the slant lines. Okay, now you can make the pine needles closer together if you want to, or farther apart. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I make the slant lines coming in and slant lines just like that, okay? Now once you've done all of your pine needles, you can have a lot of fun adding the color in, which I'm going to model for you in just a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I make those slant lines. You can also add details on the branches, like little wavy lines or curved lines to kind of give it that look of bark, okay? You can even draw part of the tree if you want to along the edge of the paper, if you want to, but I'm just going to put some little details on the branches for bark, okay? You can also add details in the distance. I could make mountains in the distance that you can't see very well, okay? I could make a little horizon line, the line where the land and the mountains meet each other. I could put a sun here or a moon. I could also draw in snow, okay? All right, so here's the example. I have my face colored in now, and I'm ready to continue. So I can use crayons for this, and you can see here in the one that I did, I used my white crayons to make snow. I used crayons and I colored in the pine needles. I got some of the mountains in shades of some green, and I used some washable markers on top in different areas and added water to it, and it kind of bled the paint, okay? So cardinals, male cardinals are red. Whoops, that's not a red. It looked like a red, but it's not. So you can go in and you can add in the red. I'm using a crayon, okay? You can color in, this is more of a purpley red, but you can go in and add the crayon in, okay? If you're gonna use crayon, be careful with the washable markers, that they don't go on top of each other, all right? You could do this whole thing in with markers and then add water with a paintbrush, or you could simply just color it in or with color pencil. But again, the red cardinal bird is here, and I have the evergreens in green. You can do it in any shade of color you want to. All right, boys and girls, I can't wait to see what you create this week. Great.